One of the things that I think is really good about the course is that you get to meet people from different walks of life, and from different sectors. So, quite often if I go to sustainability conferences as an academic, then who I'm speaking to is other academics. But on this course, you get to meet people from, business sector, from, NGOs, lots of different organisations that all have a stake in sustainability.
So another element of the course that was really powerful for me was actually the example of social learning, actually being involved in the example of social learning through the groups that we formed when we were working together and feeding back on our projects and getting to know each other. So that area of social change was something that I had a sort of theoretical idea about, and I'd read a lot about and written about in my master's, but had very little hands-on experience of how that.
Through the course, completing the Action Research Project, looking at how we can embed citizens' assemblies as part of working towards achieving our goals for the climate emergency. And I think that is going to be one of the most significant changes from our role for this year, but will also be part of legacy work over perhaps the next 10 years, looking at that process of deliberative democracy, of bringing in staff and students into that discussion, of making sure that everybody's got that voice and that participation and contribution so that we can co-construct our way to achieve our goals of net zero carbon. I think this will create more partnerships, bring more people together, but also enable people to see that they are experts in their own area. They don't have to be experts in sustainability and how we reach net zero carbon, but they can bring in their perspectives as experts in how they do their jobs, how they can work together, and what they contribute to achieving that sustainable goal.
So I think another impact of the course for me was something was really around the area of applying what I'd learned in real life situations. So another example was looking at some a social learning example where a colleague of mine set up an activity in which students communicate with another student from another culture. She set up links with a university in Perm in Russia and another university in Grenoble. And we paired up students who shared their cultural identity with each other, either in written form or in a little video. And the second part of the task was they needed to, we call this share and care, they needed to share either a social or environmental issue that was really important for them within their culture with their sort of pen partner. And the learning afforded there wasn't just to do with social and environmental issues, but it was also to do with culture. So people got to share both about their cultures and the main concerns within those cultures.
The framework is heavily focused around the Sustainable Development Goals, as well as sustainable development more generally and climate awareness. And the course has allowed me to push that forward within the framework into schools, thereby hoping to change the way students are taught, not just in teaching and learning, but in community engagement and in involving themselves in natural environments.
The course transformed my practice as an educator and facilitator. I felt that I came away equipped with a wider methodological and conceptual toolkit that I could draw on at different points when I was working with young people, that encouraged us to participate more and to create more interactive, inspiring activities that really resonated with people on a personal level.
The course changed my practice, particularly in terms of assessment. I encourage students to think about sustainability from their own everyday practice and got them to change their own behaviours and think about some of the barriers that they might face in doing that. And that was a part of the course that was not there before the Learning for Sustainability course.
And how do you assess sustainability within the formal assessment procedures? In one of the modules that I'm running, I thought I would experiment with this and and asked my students to develop their own assessment criteria. And I think this just works so well that it's something that I'll be taking into pretty much all of the teaching that I do.